Welcome to hiddenamuraka, Babylon on fire. This is part 3 of As in the Days of Noah, Enlil and Enki, the war in heaven, the God of the Old Testament versus the God of the New Testament. First and foremost, welcome and thank you to all my new subscribers. This is my 3rd channel, and after only a month now, I couldn't ask for a better reaction. Thank you so very much for all my new subscribers and everybody that stuck with me from the beginning. I truly, genuinely appreciate it, guys, and we will continue to build from here. Now, today, we will go even deeper into Babylonian, Sumerian, Chaldean, Greek, and Roman mythology, comparing it to the biblical mythology, to continue to come to a better understanding of the truth. Now, today, we will jump into the Annunaki, Enki, and Enlil, the Nephlim, giants, and the Watchers. Now, his history is written by the victors. Now, over time, myth and history has been confused and convoluted. Now, according to some reports, Noah was a giant, and that will be one of just many shocking revelations. Now, it is said that Noah was the first Roman pontiff or pope, allegedly living for 950 years. He was 600 years old when he was warned of the flood. He was known as the first world ruler after he rebuilt civilization. Now, shortly after his death, he was deified as Janus Bifrons. After his death for 300 years, his coins were used in Rome. Now, he was said to be half god, half demon, the two-faced Roman father of all gods, the god of the past and the present, the Alpha and the Omega, the god of archways, doors, and portals. Noah was said to be the original shipbuilder. Now you can see it today in Rome with the Holy See, maritime law, and the upcoming Noahide laws. But after seeing the parallels in Egypt as new and as Greek as its Uranus and Decleon, which we will talk about more shortly, was the story of Noah and the deluge a retelling of a much older story. According to the ancient Sumerian tablets, the epic of Gilgamesh from the Enema Elisha was at least 1,000 years older. Now, from a Gnostic point of view, and according to the Apocrypha of John, it was the Demiurge, Yaldabaoth, the child of chaos, who caused the deluge and warned Noah, just like Adam was said to warn Seth of an upcoming apocalyptic event years in advance. First, the world would be destroyed by water, the great flood, the deluge, the next time by fire, Inri. Now, briefly, in Greek mythology, in 8 CE, Ovid writes that Decleon, aka Noah, and his wife / cousin, Mother Earth, Terra, Gaia, were the son of the immortal Titan, Prometheus, aka Lucifer, and it was his father who warned him of the upcoming flood, the Bronze Age, the pole shift, and a punishment after the king of gods, Jupiter, descended to earth and had seen the corruption and evil on earth. Not only was Jupiter fed human flesh, but there was an attempt on his life. Now, after Jupiter met with the Council of Gods, it was his intention to wipe out humanity. Only few survived after Decleon and Noah, who were warned by their father, Prometheus, Lucifer, who eventually repopulated the earth. Now, it is extremely interesting to note that Noah's name in Egyptian, Nu or Nun, means a new thought. Decleon means a son of a forethought, and his wife, Pyera, means the daughter of an afterthought. Now, Noah, esoterically, represents the seed of a new consciousness, the fifth root race. Noah, or Nu in Chem, represented the unpolarized state of energy, the watery chaos of pre-creation, the numerical value of 0, nothing, nil. Now, when he is in the ark, this represents the idea of him at peace with God, at rest with God. Now, this idea is backed up further in the names of his 3 sons, 3 states of mind, or his 3 worlds. Shem, meaning renown, or the spiritual. Ham, meaning warm, or the physical. Japheth is the extender, the intellect, or the reason, the world soul. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Creator, the Destroyer, and the Preserver. The Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine, and the Divine Child. Now, if new means a new thought, and Noah is a new seed of consciousness, I can't help but to think of Thoth, which means thought, the great architect of the universe. Now, the Demiurge means half working. Now, according to the Apocrypha of John, after the Demiurge made man from the fire of the black sun and the ashes of the great dragon mother, he was weakened into a threefold nature, just like Janus, Ildabaoth, the child of chaos, Sackless, the fool, and Samuel, his devious trickster form, the left hand of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the deity lacking wisdom. Now, the Holy Bible literally translates to the Helios Biblios, or the Book of the Sun. We also cannot discredit the dualistic nature of the Bible, the extreme difference of the God of the Old Testament and the God of the New Testament. I am what I am. It is a very dualistic book. Now, Bible scholars ignore the fact that God told Adam that he would surely die if he ate of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And of course, after the serpent tempted Eve and Adam ate of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, he didn't die. God lied to him, and the serpent gave him the gift of self-awareness and free will. This makes you think of the two-faced nature of not just Janus, but the archetype that runs deep in humanity. Now, for this reason, Adam and Eve were kicked out of the allegorical Garden of Eden, and by eating of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, humanity became the tree of life, bound by time, locked out of heaven. Now, this two-faced archetype of Janus Bifrons, aka Noah, half God, half demon, Jesus and Lucifer, the black sun and white sun, the dark and the light, the God of the Old Testament versus the God of the New Testament. This dualistic nature runs very deep. Now, the current Pope is the first Jesuit. The Jesuits, or the so-called Society of Jesus, is a perfect example of this occulted, dualistic, two-faced archetype, order out of chaos. Now, in public, the Jesuits act like charity-giving, church-going, Jesus-loving Roman Catholics. Now, in private, they are murderers, assassins, hitmen. They are behind the JFK assassination, even behind the Lincoln assassination. Now, they denounce and despise Christ and have sworn oaths to not just destroy humanity, but destroy Christianity. Now, the Jesuit order is a military organization, and there are multiple prophecies that Pope Francis, the first Jesuit pope, will be the last pope. Like Carl Jung so eloquently said, Christian mysticism is a continuation of the Egyptian mysteries. Now, the Romans, they never claimed to be original. They borrowed from all belief systems, rebranded their beliefs, and repackaged them to the profane masses. The Vatican, the divining serpent, has always been a grand synthesizer of all belief systems, East and West, Hindu, Buddhist, pagan. esoteric and esoterically. Now in part 2, we went into the true revealer of wisdom, the serpent. Now the two intertwined serpents have always represented your own DNA, the rising Kundalini energy, the serpent dragon energy. We introduced Tiamat, the world soul. Now the world soul has begun to awaken as the divine feminine energy has returned. Humanity has remembered who and what we are. The return of wisdom, the divine feminine, Sophia to the Gnostics, Tiamat in Mesopotamian and Babylonian mythology, mother of Yaldabaoth, the child of chaos, the Demiurge, the guardian of the tree of life. Now we will compare the Gnostics' Nag Hammadi to the Enema Elisha, unveiling and discovering the biblical Nephlim, the Elohim, Enki, Enlil, Anu, and continue to unlock the higher mysteries of all ages and eons. Now, according to the Babylonian, Sumerian, and Mesopotamian mythology, Abzu was the god of the fresh water. He was the passive element. He encircled the earth with the salt waters of his consort, Tiamat, the mother dragon of chaos and creation. Now from this union, all other gods were born. Now in the Enema Elisha and the Sumerian cuneiform tablets tell of the war of the gods, the war in heaven. This was backed up in the Nag Hammadi with a slightly different perspective. Now Enki, or EA, as in EA for Earth, slayed the mother dragon, the mother of chaos and creation, the cosmic dragon in the stars, Tiamat. Now thinking like Avatar, these beings were more ethereal than physical. Now the pantheon of gods that were born were Anu, the father of the skies, and his two sons, Enki and Enlil, who was said to create the physical world from the Great Mother. Now, according to Babylonian and Mesopotamian mythology, Enki was ordered by his brother Enlil to create humanity in order to help mine gold for the gods. Now, Enki disobeyed his brother. He hybridized humanity, giving them the divine spark, consciousness. This is represented as when Eve ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Enki is represented by the serpent. Now, Enki is said to be the god of waters, knowledge. He is also the archetype of the trickster god. He is represented by the numerical value of 40. He is the master craftsman. He was known as Ea to the Akkadians, as in earth, Ea, earth. Now, to the Akkadians and the Babylonians, he was known as Apakalu, the fish. He had the body of a fish and the head of a man. Soon, this turned into a griffin, or simply a human with wings. This turned into your angels. Now, Enlil was outraged, jealous of the divine spark in man. We will make them in the image of us. He was a jealous god. Now, Noah was the equivalent of this last great Sumerian king named Zustra. It was Enki who disagreed with his brother's decision of the up-and-coming deluge in destroying all of humanity. He warned Zustra, or Noah, of the up-and-coming deluge. Zustra did as Enki said and built a giant ark, and he survived. Afterwards, as a further token of apology to the council of the gods, the Elohim, he castrated himself. Think of Kronos or Saturn. The parallels are there. Now, in front of the council of gods, the biblical Elohim, Anu, the father of the skies, and his sons, Enki and Enlil, or Bel. For living a godly life, Noah, or Zustra, was granted immortality. Now, this makes you think of Enoch, who descended to heaven and became Metatron, the right hand of God, the scribe of the Most High. Now, in the next installment, we will go much deeper into the Anunnaki, Anu, Enki versus Enlil, Enki's son, Marduk, the biblical Nephilim, the biblical Nimrod, the mighty hunter, and so much more. Again, thank you everybody who has subscribed, liked, shared, or commented. Any criticism whatsoever, I appreciate it, guys. You guys are the reason I keep going. If sharing my journey and my truth can help even just one person, it's all been worth it. Over 300 subscribers in 1 month. I couldn't be more grateful. And to my new subscribers, thank you and welcome. To the people who have been with me since day one, since my first channel, the OG subscribers, you guys mean the world to me. You are the reason why I do this, and we will continue to learn and unlearn together. And together, we will change this world for the better. Now know thyself, and you will know God. Believe me, I appreciate the criticism and the support more than you guys can imagine. All of your energy is so appreciated. Thank you so very much. Let's continue to spread the truth. This was Hidden America. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Part 4 on the way, guys, and so much more content. Now remember, magic is just science that works. Thanks, guys.